to the house at Rockney built. Leahy turned into legacy. Harsegan renovated and Holtz restored. Notre Dame Stadium, the home of the Fighting Irish. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on a team who is rested and ready coming off a bye, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Trojans will kick it away to start. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner is stopped. So Notre Dame's return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. So much history and pageantry in this rivalry, guys, but the trophy, the Jewel Shillelagh, is a little bit under the radar.
It is. It's beautiful to look at, but I think people are always just focused on these two blue blood programs. Notre Dame, USC, this is interconference. and Heisman implications seemingly always on the line late in the year when these two teams play.
Always so cool, coast to coast. Something matters, something on the line. You're right, this game is always fun to watch. The jeweled shillelagh.
But no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Dropping back, it's Murray. Quick strike complete. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Big time throw in that last play. You know, you think about great Notre Dame quarterbacks. I think back to a couple of Joes. Joe Montana, Joe Theismann. They'd love what they'd be seeing right now from this kid. He's got arm talent, he's got accuracy, and because of that, he gives this offense the ability to light up the scoreboard.
They'll leave it with him. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a
touchdown, Fighting Irish. They grab the early lead. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the USC Trojans offense will go to work for the first time. This matchup on the outside, Jesse, a big play weapon for the offense, a shutdown corner for the D.
They say big-time players make big plays in big games, so who gets the best of this matchup? That's going to determine the game.
I mean, such a fun chess match. How much are they on each other during the game? The head-to-head matchup that everybody wants to see.
And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it, open.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Give to the running back. Finds a crease at the 20. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. These two will try to live up to last year's game as SC won a thriller.
When these teams play late in the year, oftentimes they're beat up, physically worn down. This is a game that you've got to rise above all that. Mentally, you just have to be playing at a different level. Everyone's got to do just a little bit more. And last year, David, it was USC that just made a few extra plays to pull out the win against the Irish.
Man, I like that you mentioned late in the year because that also means there's so much on the line. Like a lot of times, playoff implications, not just bragging rights for the jeweled shillelagh. This is also a game that means a lot for the college football playoffs.
They're going to ride this running back. At the 35, he's got room. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
Yeah, the basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other stuff that goes with it. But you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job early.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. They'll try to power it in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
They'll play it safe and try for 3. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Oh, and he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Notre Dame right back to the line. Scanning the field, it's Murray. Throwing right. It's complete. Gets away from one. He's got space. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Ball State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Schumann Stadium, one of the more fun places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Kent State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And that pass picked off. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Notre Dame! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on...
He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's caught inside the 25. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here come the Irish back on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
He makes the catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Still on his feet at the 45. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. They're getting this guy lathered up. So many memorable and historic moments in this rivalry, guys. It's almost a century old now. First meeting in 1926.
Well, you think of all the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Newt Rockne, Eric Parsegian, John Robinson, Pete Carroll. A lot of national championships between these two schools, David.
Lou Holtz, we could keep going on. The uniforms are always strong, always consistent. Fan bases are always so great. This is a game you can set your watch by. You know it'll be great.
They go to the draw. Kept it on the ground on third down. Picked up 5 yards, but it'll still be 4th and 1. It would have been a 45-yard field goal attempt from here, but they'll go for it instead. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll bring it back looking for help. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously... So it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers in this round.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, USC. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This offense has a second down play. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Notre Dame lines up quickly. And under the watchful eye of touchdown Jesus, the Irish are starting to roll on the ground.
Starting to get that big physical ground game going. And one thing you know about Notre Dame traditionally over the years, offensive line play is always great. They're always making holes, and they're always playing super physical.
To the air, it's Murray. Throws to the tight end. That pass is incomplete. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. They go to the ground. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold it, open.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Got a man, it's Schaefer.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Going to the running game. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On the run, still looking. He's going to run it. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Man, this is an offense that's going to find a way to generate explosive plays because of their playmakers at the skill spots. But how about the speed by this guy and his ability on third down to extend, scramble, and go get a big pickup and chunk yards for his offense.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Six-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. He'll pull it down. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Trying to get to it. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Trying to show their strength with the run on 4th down. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Trojans. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Bringing it back. Looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He's going to pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. After the big 1st down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. He'll pull it down and run. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Release to the back. Quick completion on the out route. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And it's 1st down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the 1st half. And this one splits the uprights. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. First half in the book. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, think of all the legendary players who've been a part of this game. And we have a few more vying for that status so far today in an always emotional fight for the Jewel Shillelagh.
Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They've been running it, but now the pass. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Coming after it. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Unlike the old school thinking, this is the area of the field that is really 4-down territory now. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch past the sticks. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That took nerves of steel to convert that 4th down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the 3rd quarter.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with...
And the ball's out, and they're after it. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But they had a great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Notre Dame right back to the line. Here come the Irish again, this time doing it through the air.
And getting a little back.
Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. But a nice job by the defender just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. No one's been able to keep him off the quarterback. Career sack number 50.
Like, honestly, in today's college football, if you get 10 sacks in a season, that's considered a really good year. You might be an All-American. To go 50 in your...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, Dave."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
And here comes the offense on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. The Trojans get it past the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. He wants to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Trojans! Somehow, they got up off the deck, and they got back in the game, and they're all tied up. And the extra point puts them on top by 1.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Coming out with it, it's Stevenson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish, back on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Notre Dame lines up quickly.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open.
Running toward the tape. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to...
And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Snapped it in the shotgun. Got his man on the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Best uniforms in the sport, and a play is made befitting of those threads.
Well, this is not the format to have a debate back and forth. Not the best uniform in sports, but definitely always a lot of flash and sizzle with USC offenses.
And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man all by himself. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Using the quick game. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Oh, and that's tough, man. It was drawn up right. It was a good throw. It was right in his hands. You just want your playmaker to make that play and get to the 2-point conversion.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Handoff to the single back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Notre Dame right back to the line. Back to pass, it's Murray. Pressure coming. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Comes out throwing on first down. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple of shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that the...
Touchdown, USC! And they take it in for 6 more points. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Leinart, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard. And that's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know That ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Last time, David, it was 1, 2, 3 kicks.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Runs for the tackle. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Got his man quickly. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44. The give to the tailback. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting...
Lets it fly deep downfield. Pass on the way, it's picked off. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They want to run it left here. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up a 6.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Discards a man. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. The Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. At the 45, on his way. Can anyone catch him? And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if it's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw in that out.
Notre Dame lines up quickly.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Looking to move it through the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. To the air, it's Murray. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
And that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Hawk. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Leaves it with the running back. Across the 25, he's got room. And he breaks into the open. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it, offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Looking deep. Makes the catch on the left. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run. When they're going between the tackles, this defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Smashes through. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Missed an opportunity for a little cushion. The lead is still 5. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Back to pass, it's Murray. Getting some heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they are going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air, but a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. And, guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That is the exclamation point, and they remain perfect. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for them.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.